Totoo. Yeah, Jovi. Something
I'm online.
what can you say about
Oh, wala.
Parang ang hina ni Chico. Parang mahina si Chico.
hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
Ayan, ayan.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
medyo mahina ka.
yeah, okay, sorry. Talking about social media right now, what do you think about it? You think it's a strong platform, or you think it's not a good platform?
To be honest, it's the strongest platform now, hindi ba? Kasi everyone's there. And that's a double-edged sword that it's the strongest platform because while social media is letting us connect to people even outside our range, 'di ba? Hindi lang friends, hindi lang families, like the whole world technically. It also lets us create these chambers, echo chambers kasi kaya mong i-block yung mga ayaw mo na opinion eh. Kaya mong i-unfriend yung mga ayaw mo na opinion. So,
Mhm,
that's tricky because you have to balance like, ay parang ayoko siyang i-follow kasi ayoko yung opinions niya.
mhm.
Versus like, I need to listen to other people's opinions kasi baka naman my opinion is not the only option out there, right? So,
Yeah.
double-edged sword yung social media.
Gusto ko yung pagka double-edged sword
Di
kasi
ba?
yeah, that's really true. And I mean now talking about social media and how big it is, what can you say about the cancel culture?
Nako, basta ako hindi naman ako nang ka-cancel, hindi rin sana ako naka-cancel.
Okay, then what's your take about it?
I hope people don't do it because social media is there for discourse, 'di ba? It's there for conversation, it's there for the two-way, for the listening and the giving. Cancel culture is walang listening na parang ay hindi ko bet yung sinasabi niya, parang masama siya, parang mali siya agad. Pero hindi mo pa pala pinakinggan, kinancel mo na agad. So, syempre no to cancel culture talaga tayo, di ba?
Yeah.
So hopefully also the other people who use social media, which is all of us,
Hmm.
sana we give that opportunity to others na pakinggan natin sila.
Yeah.
Pag pinakinggan natin, tas hindi talaga, at least we gave them a chance. Let's
Totoo.
give them the chance first.
Totoo.
There's an interesting mention the network ano, kasi kumawin. But there's a big
Sorry, father.
international network. But this guy, sabi niya, um, to, to bring
Medyo putol-putol si father.
Oh,
Pads,
akala ko ako
medyo
yung
mahina signal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, father. I think the Wi-Fi is acting up.
Yeah, mahina din signal.
Pads. Ayun, naglag
Hello,
na si
father.
Pads.
Father, what was he talking about? Social media, father.
Na, naghang yata siya. Oh no, okay,
Naghang
reconnect.
si father eh. Ayan,
Yeah.
ayan.
Oh,
Ayun na, ayun na.
better.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, now there's this network that has a beautiful ad. Sabi niyang ganun, parang making a difference, bringing about change takes more than clicking in your gadget. It takes action. 'Di ba? Kasi nga
Right,
naman, 'di ba,
right.
social media, you see
Nawala ulit.
yan, there you go.
Nawala, father.
I'm here.
Ulit si
Paulit,
father.
paulit father nung last bit of what you said.
Yeah, 'di ba? But you could not be acting or moving, 'di ba? Pwede lang post ka lang ng post, ng comments,
Right.
etc. Likes, but at the end of the day, what do you do? Is the action, ano? So I think
I
that's
think
why
social media is a nice beginning. Parang
yeah.
nurturing the seed kasi everyone's there eh. So, dun mo discover kung baga what's happening. Pero, you don't stop there. You don't stop posting lang or commenting lang. You also do something outside it. So maganda siyang step one. Pero to get to there, you can't
Yeah.
just stay inside social media.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one biggest example is that fake news. You know, do you get that ngayon? Especially ngayon na there's like election day and everything, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you know fake news are everywhere. A lot of people acting up. Gaya ng sinabi ni Father, you know, yung iba minsan puro lang act. Puro lang parang, oh, they act na ginawa nila ito pero hindi. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's quite deceiving and I'm gonna take ano yung sinabi ni Jovi na it's a ano yan, double-edged sword. You know, it can
Yeah.
be good, it can be bad. So, I think better like yeah, social media is good and I think too much of it is bad. I'm not sure, but too
Yeah.
much of it is bad.
Too much of anything. Too
Yeah,
much of
too much of
anything is
anything
bad.
is bad. Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah, okay, Father. I asked Jovi about the cancel culture. What's your take on it?
Me, cancel
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
It's again, going back, it started as a very legitimate form of protest. Remember, that started with kailan ba to? 2012
Mm,
with that Me
As
Too,
far back. Oh,
yeah, Me
yeah.
Too movement. Yeah, so it was a very legitimate form of protest when it started. But after a while, it degenerated into trying to pull down people. It became very, very negative, di ba? So
Yeah.
that's the thing with cancer culture. Kasi while it started as a legitimate form of protest and all, it became very negative. No? So for me, the way it is being used now is definitely not good. Ano? Kasi parang you become number one super opinionated na wala ka nang magawa ano. Ayan, Raymar can come up na siguro, Chico. You can unlock na ano. So yun, that's my take on cancel culture. No?
Father, sorry. Noon, was it there na ba?
2012. If
Oh,
I'm
way
not
back. How about way
mistaken.
back 2012? Was it there na ba? Wala
Well,
pa
it
ba?
wasn't called, well, hindi pa ganun kalakas ang social media noon eh, di ba? And
Yeah.
so wala
Wala
pa
pang avenue for people, for all of
yes,
us, 'di ba, to come together and, you know, mang-away. Dati, dati face to face, maliliit lang na groups. 'Di ba? Literal protest talaga. Pero ngayon kasi, social media has given that platform to everyone, which is, again, both good and bad. Depends on how you use it, right?
Hmm.
I think one of, nasabi ni Father kanina, di ba, pinag-usapan natin, starting on social media, pero not ending there, doing something outside that. I
yes,
think one of
oo.
the best examples of that is the community pantry. You remember,
I
that
Correct,
was
was the
about
correct.
to say
time,
that. I was
di
about
ba,
to say
Chico?
that. Yeah,
That was the time we were talking about starting with the youth,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
After the
Correct, correct.
community pantry blew up. Kasi I imagine it wouldn't have blown up like that without social media. Social media really was the catalyst na parang, uy, kami din, kaya din namin pala dito yan. Uy, yung kabilang barangay, they're doing it. Baka we can also do it, di ba? I think that's one of the best examples na without social media, it
Yung
would have
action
been like,
talaga, di ba?
Yeah.
yan, naging personal sa mga tao. Hindi lang siya parang yung mga barangay lang ang gumagawa or yung mga government agencies lang or like big charity organizations lang. It's the first that I've seen that it really comes from personal effort ng mga tao. Kasi I knew a lot of people, of friends, na they started their community pantry sa labas ng bahay nila, sa may
Mm.
covered
Yeah,
court sa tabi ng bahay nila, tas like rallying their neighbors, them
yeah,
themselves,
yeah.
rallying their friends na, uy guys, may tinayo akong community pantry na maliit, ganyan. So yun talaga, ang galing nun. I think, sana ganon yung how we use social media, hindi
Yeah.
cancel culture, di ba?
Yeah.
Si Raymark is back. Raymark, you can come up.
Yeah,
Trinend mo na siya, di ba, Chico? Si
yeah, I
Raymark.
did na, Father. I
Okay.
don't know why he's not up yet.
baka yung connection din. Well, the other thing you need to remember, no, just as historical kwento, EDSA, back in 1986, walang cellphone, no internet, nothing. But that is a very spontaneous movement, di ba? Cardinal Sin just went on radio, hey everybody come join, and di ba? And word of mouth, di ba?
Mm.
But yun na nga, I think ang challenge ngayon sa social media, in fact, I remember um, several years ago, there's this discussion nga that yung parang mobilization is harder now because of social media, kasi akala nila pag nagsasagot na sa social media, okay na yon, that's it, no?
Yeah,
I think that's where I think we need to really make it clearer. No, we need to go and do work, diba? Like the community pantry, no?
Mm.
Ron Rodriguez likes the topic. Yeah. I love
thank
this
you.
topic.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
It's really good.
Ron, why don't you give your comments, di ba?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, that's the whole thing about social media. It's both a blessing and a setback, di ba? Kasi nga people might think they're doing enough by simply liking, making and simply, you know, sharing, etc. But I think at the end of the day, uh, it's important that we act, di ba?
Mm.
So,
Yes, Father. Kasi meron din yung iba na just what pupunta lang dyan para sa pictures.
yeah.
That's
It's
true.
Yeah,
kidding.
ano lang ang tawag dito, selfie.
Oh, selfie lang.
Right.
Kasi wait, maybe kay DJ lang, DJ Genesis. DJ, our religious show is at 11:30 on Sunday. This one is for
Yeah,
advocacy.
yeah, advocacy
Advocacy.
and para sa mga kabataan. It's
Yes.
I really want to open up social media, Father, kasi I think that was like I saw a post na parang there's this guy who works like as a Santa Claus, and then he was so sad kasi you know people are blaming him na hindi daw siya makabigay ng mga iPads, technology, and nag-rant siya. Father, nag-rant siya, and then he was like, please, please, like let your children play naman. Let them play, the toys, parang ano yung sa amin batulata kasi yung sa amin, Father, with the mga kapitbahay eh. So
Uh,
parang yeah, I wanna open it up kasi like as young as mga toddlers, like they want technologies na.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
And like as
yeah,
young as them, they're watching social media na, and then not all in social media is safe for the kids, diba?
That's right.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why I was like, wow, I think we should I hope na you know it will change someday. I hope it.
Yeah.
Sana, di ba?
Kasi at that age, kailangan very tangible yung gusto ng dapat yung training ng mga bata, 'di ba? Very tactile. Yung
Yeah,
iPad and mobile phones, hindi siya talaga tactile kahit napipindot mo siya. 'Di ba? Hindi siya considered as tactile. It's the
yeah,
same with books. Iba yung experience of reading a book versus reading an e-book. So
Yeah.
I think yun yung important when you're starting sa mga nanonood na may kids na baka meron, 'di ba? Sa mga pamangkin natin, sa mga kapatid natin, parang balance also. Kasi you can honestly may mga friends ako na bawal bawal mag-phone yung mga anak nila. Pero it's hard now kasi kids are going to school through their phones and their iPads.
Yan
So
din.
hindi na siya possible. As
yeah,
kung kunwari po, lalabas yung magulang to run errands, tas they wanna call home, 'di ba? Video call. So it's not possible to remove it na from their lives. Pero it's again that balance of mga 1 hour lang,
yeah,
2 hours lang ha. Tapos
yeah.
after maglaro
Like
tayo sa
like
labas.
my brother, yung ginawa niya sa mga anak niya, uh, the number of hours you read a book during the week is the number of hours you can play the weekend.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh,
That's
that's
Diba?
so
awesome.
Kasi parang
nice.
book outside
Yeah.
of classes, ha? Yung talagang just you want to read the book. So kung nagbasa ka ng 5 hours during the week, you can play 5 hours Saturday, Sunday.
That's nice.
That's
Di ba? That's one way of balancing, di
yeah.
ba?
Hmm.
So
Hindi naman
hindi
sa
na,
pagbabawal, just the right amount of balance. Sakto yan, Father. The right amount
Yeah.
of balance.
di ba? Ano lang, yung, yeah, balance lang, really. It's really balancing it. That's true.
Pwede siyang reward, no? Motivation. Kasi dati ang motivation, parang bibilang kitang candy, bibilang
Yes.
kitang robot or
Yes.
Barbie. Ngayon, ang reward motivation, o sige, pwede kang maglaro ng 1 hour of whatever game you want, 'di ba? So,
Oo.
same siya. Same siya as
Oo.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yan,
So,
dami, dami. I mean, you could, there's Ray Mark. He's back.
yeah, but he's lagi din eh. Raymark, are
Because
you
he's
there?
on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the road.
Mabilis kasi yung mga, especially ngayon, Father, no? Isa yan sa pinaka, one thing na naawa talaga ako sa mga sa kabataan, mga, yung mga athletes, like they can't play,
Yes.
they can't run, they can't jog the
Yeah.
normal way. Like, grab,
Yeah.
grabe, it hit differently talaga for me. Like, ang dami kong mga kaibigan, mga old teammates na parang they're like, we stop playing, pero we still want to
Yeah.
jog, we still want to exercise, and
Right.
it's so hard to adjust right now. It's so
Yeah,
hard.
yung kids, ngayon lang sila nakalabas. So, it's
Oh,
been more than a year.
mhm.
Ngayon lang sila pwedeng lumabas because it's level 2 na, alert level 2,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Pero before this, wala.
Oh,
And
yeah, si Ray
one
Mark.
of the yan,
Sorry,
hello.
Mark.
Kamusta yung connection mo?
I can Chico and Father. Sorry kasi I'm on the road kasi I'm going to Las Piñas to
Mm.
visit my Tito's grave. Tito's grave. It's his death
Oh, okay.
anniversary today. So yun, I'm trying to catch up with the signal.
You were saying,
Okay.
Joey?
Ano ba sinasabi ko? Oh, no, yeah. Speaking of sports, kasi you
Ray
mentioned,
Mark, we're just talking about, we're talking about online, di ba, and how
Yes,
it's
po, Father.
affecting young
Yes.
people also. Yeah.
well,
Go ahead.
speaking of sports, one of my sports kasi is figure skating. And figure skating is a sport na super bata nagsistart. So, ang starting dyan, kailangan 5 years old, 6 years old,
Wow.
para makaabot ka. Kasi ang peak ng figure skaters is 20 years old. So, it's really young. It's a really young sport. So, imagine the pandemic. Nagsara lahat ng skating rink,
Mhm.
tapos, imagine how can you even practice without the skating rink. So, yung mga bata talaga now, what they're trying is to use Zoom for group practice. So
Really?
mga exercise, yeah, that's what they do now. Yung the federation has started like a group exercise class. Well, kahit na okay lang it keeps the kids active, iba pa din kasi they can't skate, we don't have a rink yet. So
Mm.
ang hirap kasi imagine this year we already sent skaters internationally to compete, and they only had like 2 weeks to practice abroad. Tapos lalaban sila sa mga bansang nagsiskate na for the longest time because the pandemic there. 'Di ba parang nakabawi agad sila sa pandemic, so they opened up their facilities early. Tapos yung mga competitors natin lilipad two
Crash
weeks
pa.
before the competition. 2 weeks lang makakapag-practice. Grabe talaga. So,
Wawa, ano,
kahit
talaga.
'di ba? That's super hard even though they get to stay active. It's not the same. Depends on your
Yeah.
sport. I think basketball also, kailan lang naman nagbukas yung mga court, right? Really depends on
Yeah,
your sport.
so true. Sorry,
I
Father,
hope
can
hindi
you
sila
refer
mawalan
back
ng
to the
ano.
question?
No, we're just
Sorry
talking about
kasi trying to catch up.
Ray Mark, the effects of social media and then going online in so many things with the young people, di ba? That na kailangan ng for example, yung kinukwento ni Jovi, for example, in sports, you need to be together, di ba? At saka yung socialization.
Yeah.
Grabe.
Yeah.
It's just so different now. No?
Yeah.
But
So what's
ano
your
yun?
Yeah.
experience, Raymar?
Yeah.
Sa mga
Do you have
About
kids or
on
mga
on
pamangkin or mga batang kapatid?